right. What we want to talk about here is the concept of abstract base classes in Python, right? And some of you that might have done programming in Java or C++, there is a concept there that I want to show you is what is called interface, right? Interface, let's go Java. Okay, Java interface, maybe that's a good example. And what it is that, so we have done inheritance, right? Inheritance is basically, you have a parent class that has got properties and methods in it, and a child class that inherits from the parent class is able to use, those properties and attributes, right? So, basically, it is a great way to write program and avoid rewriting many duplicate codes. Interface is almost a little different, and what it is that when you have a class that's interfacing from another class, that means you need to implement and write code to some methods, right? So in Java, here there's an interface called animal, and there's a class called animal sound, and there's there's a method called run and method called animal sound. Now these methods are this is just a method, what is it called? Just a declaration, right? There is no body to this. There is no definition of what the code actually does. These are just method names. So if I have a class that implements from that interface, that class needs to define the function animal sound and define the function sleep, right? Both of these. So now you see how this has a body and this has a body. So that's the whole concept about interface in a programming language such as Java. So Python does not have interface, right? It does not have interface mechanism, implementation. Instead, it has abstract base classes, right? Abstract basically means things are hidden. And it's called ABC, abstract base classes. The way to use that is you need to first import from ABC, import ABC, right? Abstract base class. And I'm going to show you an example, then you'll see what's going on. Let's just start with something similar. So I have a polygon, right? Polygon like that. And in order for you to implement abstract base classes, you need to put ABC here as if this polygon is inheriting from this ABC class in this module, right? And similar things here. So I want to have a method in here, polygon, that needs to be implemented by other classes that will be inheriting from polygon. So the method I want to have here defined, I want to have calc size, right? Calc size, of course, self goes here. And then I'm going to say pass, right? And now a pass in Python means, and you can use this pass many different places. That pass means basically, implementation will be done later, right? And don't complain about it. I'll do it later. Okay, so that is that. And the proper way to do that, though, because I'm going to be requiring this implementation to be done later, instead of pass, I can simply put something like, raise, what's the error? Not implemented. Let me see what my error was that I had. Oh, I can't remember. Let me just put a print statement here then. Calc, I'm going to put a print. Not implemented for this class, right? Okay, and I can put an error here too. Something like that, right? Anyways. So let's create another class. And I can call this class, it's called square. Square, and this inherits from polygon. All right, and basically, this has a init method, so define init, right? Takes a self, and also init takes a length, a length for a square, and here self.l is equals to L. All right. So now I'm going to just to just create like an object. S is equals to square, and this takes in the length. I'm going to put the length here as 4. Okay, save it and run it. right? No errors, right? No errors. But however, I mean, what's the point of this ABC thing that we're working on? I mean, I did not implement the calc size in my Square class, right? So it's not forcing me to do it, but then what's the point if it's not forcing me? The way you can make that forcing happen is by implementing this decorator here, and that is called abstract method, just like that, abstract method, right? Now, you watch what happens. Hit run, it's going to give me a big error. Name abstract method is not defined. What do you mean it's not defined? Abstract method spelling looks good to me. Oh, you know, remember one thing. When you're writing this code, you need to import this other class, abstract method, right? Now you watch my error is going to change. Well, supposedly. Okay, very good. So it says, can instantiate abstract class Square with abstract method calc, with abstract method calc size. That means basically it's telling that I cannot create an object of Square class that needs this method, right? I mean, I would be hoping that the error message would be, hey, you're missing a function, go ahead and write it, right? But it's telling me that I cannot create an instance of this class that has an abstract method. It should tell me that abstract method is missing, right? That's what the problem is. Abstract method is missing. The way we're going to do that, I can say define, calc size. All right, this takes a self as well. All right, so now when I run this one, see what happens. No errors, right? No errors. And basically, I can also say print here just to see if things are working. Calc size, right? And see, the problem happens when you miss the parentheses 16. All right. So I want to do one more thing here. So let's just do class triangle. Also inherits from polygon, right? And this, okay, what other? No, I think all rectangle. Oh no, I think well, circle is the other one that takes. No, maybe we should do a circle here because, well, triangle is okay. Define init like that, double one, and then self. So triangle takes a base and a height, right? 2 ones. I'm going to say self dot b is equals to b, and self dot h is equals to h, right? Okay, now I'm going to run this. You watch what happens in terms of my error, right? No error will happen. Error will happen now when I try to instantiate a new, a triangle object, right? So this takes a 3 and a 4, right? And watch what happens. Now that should give me an error and say, hey, something about, did you mean, oh, I meant triangle, of course, but this will say something like, hey, can instantiate abstract class triangle with abstract method class size. And the reason it can't do it because I'm missing this method. So if I do here, define calc size, self, right, return point, I'm going to do half times self dot base times self dot height. See that? So that's the whole idea of using an abstract class in Python. Now I see that piece is working too. All right, so that's looking good. Let me see what else. And the same concept goes for, almost any kind of abstract class that you use. So that is good. I'm trying to think of anything else that should come. So abstract, that's the abstract method, right? Right. The other thing that comes into play is we looked at abstract method, right? The other thing that, like I said, that comes to play is called abstract property, right? And it's the same concept. Make sure I have my tab. So I'm going to create a property here. Let's just say define name, right? Well, name is a keyword. Can I call it my name? Because, name is a keyword, I think. Anyway, no, let's just call it name. We'll see what happens. Something blows up, then it will, right? So I'm going to have a property, right? And this property will be called, property also will take self, right? And basically there'll be a pass. Or maybe let's just put same thing here, not implemented error. Right, in order to make that abstract property a valid property, to make it, in order to make that name an abstract property, we have to add abstract property, and you can guess I gotta go up here and also put that in that list, right? Basically, that means is that ABC is a module, and in that set of code there is a possibly a class called ABC, maybe a method or class called abstract method or abstract property, and I'm using it here. So when I use it as a when I use it on top of a function name, this is a decorator. Whatever that definition is in that, apply it to this set of code. Whatever definition is in that abstract method, apply it to this set of code, right? It's like a wrapper. Wrapper is something that sits over it, right? Okay, abstract property. Now, so if I run this, I should get an error because square does not implement name, neither does triangle. All right, they both should give me some error, right? See that? And that's what it is. So how are we going to do this, right? What you do, you go into our square class, and I'm going to say, define name. All right, it takes a self as well, and basically returns. I'm going to say square, right? Simple as that, square. And then likewise, I'm going to copy this over into this. Well, I shouldn't be copying because that one it's not a square, it's a triangle with a single quote, not double quote, triangle with a single quote. And I don't like double quote in Python, but okay. Running this now, let's just see what happens. Okay, that's looking good, right? So it did implement properties. So, a couple other things there. Now, I think at least this is good for now, right? At least we can see some of the things that's available in abstract class, right? How do we go about using this? Anyways, hopefully this helps.